See, no, but it's all good. It's all good. So we're gonna start. It's a beautiful morning, guys in Philly. We were just trying to get this interview together. I've been waiting to do this interview for ages. I tell you. And now we're here to do it today. I am so happy to do this interview. She is the love of my life. She is the mother of my children. She's the one and only, simply Sister A, Adrienne McPherson.
Amen.
Yeah. Look at her. Dang on my boo.
Oh, no.
No. No. Please. More. So, Sister A. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. Welcome.
My name is Adrienne McPherson.
Mm-hmm.
I am a mother, a wife, a worshiper of God. I am an educator as well. That's it. Simply Sister A.
Wow. Okay. All right. So what,
okay, that's it. See you guys next week.
And next year we're going to interview Sister A on. No. So where did you grow up?
Well, I grew up. I was born in Philadelphia, and I grew up in Yaden, Pennsylvania, Delaware County. Then I got when I got married, I moved back to Germany. I moved back to Philly. We lived in Germantown. Before that, we lived in Yaden for a couple years. And
she just skipped over her mom and her dad and her sisters.
I have a mom and a dad. Well, I grew up with my two sisters. I'm the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
I have two younger sisters. There's three of us all together. We had a great family. My mom and dad were great parents. When I say great, that doesn't mean they did everything right or everything perfectly. They were great for me.
Amen.
They helped me to be who I am today. My mom is a great mom, and she did the best that she can. And we grow, just like I may think that I'm an awesome mom as well, but there's a lot that I can still learn.
Amen.
As a mom, even
Amen.
though two of my children are adults.
Yeah.
I'm still learning as a mom. I think that has to do with the educator in me. I'm always learning. I don't mind being remaining teachable, no matter how successful or how well I may do something. There's always still more you can learn.
Each and every day. So tell us. Growing up in Yaden, you have two siblings and all girls.
All girls. My dad was the only male in the home.
Mm-hmm. The only toilet seat.
Even though we
the only toilet seat lifter. All right, let's go.
Even though we always wanted a brother.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my sisters and I, we wanted a brother. And my mom and dad were like, no. We was like, yeah, he could have dad's eye. Well, I never called my mom and dad. We called them by their first name.
Now, in the black religion, that is sacrilegious, okay?
Yes.
All right, now, this is something that Sister A did. I always heard her mom.
Our entire life, we never said mom. I don't ever remember. I might say it more now. My mom is doing this. Of course, they are my parents, but we called my mom by her first name. I called my dad by his first name. And I guess because...
Which was Coretta and Martin.
Yes. I guess because they had us so young.
Yeah.
And us being... this is just my take on it, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That because my mom had me when she was 16, we were still probably living with my grandmom. So I always called my grandma Mom. But my mom I called by her name because I always heard because I heard everyone
else
calling her by her name.
Yeah.
I called her Retta.
Her name was Coretta and you called her Retta.
Yes, because that's probably what I heard everybody calling her. And I heard everybody calling my grandmother Mom.
Oh, okay.
Or Mom, but I called her Mom. And from then on, probably my sisters just did exactly what their older sibling did. I don't know, but no one ever corrected us to say that's your mom. You call your mom. You don't call her by her first name. And I did the same thing with my dad.
Yeah, I thought that I thought that was so progressive when I first heard it because I was like, you called your mom by her name? And it's like,
Yeah.
like, Corey and Martin. Okay.
Yeah.
It was a little different for me because, where I grew up. Not that I was such a good son myself, but, it was just like, you just didn't do that. But
well, just like I'm the oldest of 3, you're the youngest
of 12.
Of 12.
Yeah, exactly.
So my parents could have been your parents.
Could have been my brother and sister.
Your parents' children, yeah.
Yeah, my parents.
That's
Exactly.
yeah.
So yeah, I always ran into that because that's why.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's not about me. But anyway, so growing up, so you when you first got out of you got out of high school when you start to work at John.
I worked at John Wanamaker's, which is now Macy's.
And when you worked at John Wanamaker's, what happened one magical day?
That's where I met my husband. And
Really?
then my boyfriend, but my now husband.
And
he happened to work there as well. And his friend liked me.
Mm-hmm.
But he kept telling his friend that I wasn't a
Up
nice,
to par.
Yeah, I wasn't a great girl, so you need to leave that girl alone. And he, on the other hand, one day lied to me and said that he was moving to Texas to live with his sisters. Now, I knew both of them, and they would stop down periodically. I was the Coca-Cola girl. I worked in the Coca-Cola clothing section of John Wanamaker's.
Yes, Coca-Cola had clothes at one time.
Yeah, that was like a big thing. Everybody wanted the jeans and the sweatshirts. They were all on lock.
Mm-hmm.
Great big security. So folks couldn't come in and just steal them.
And she would chase the would-be robbers out. I was like, I can tell you grew up around white folks. I was like, you don't chase those Negroes out of here. They will come back and get you.
And all of the criminals
hung
out across the street from John Wanamaker.
From John Wanamaker's.
This was before all the reconstruction that's there now. So it's
unbelievable.
But anyway, and then he said he was Daryl said that you were moving with your sisters in Texas. So give me your number so we can keep in touch. And so I gave him my number. And even though when his friend asked me for my number, I was very attracted to Daryl. But he wasn't acting like he was attracted to me at the time. He was just looking for Coca-Cola clothes.
Wow.
Jeans and T-shirts and stuff like that. But I thought he was handsome. His friend was okay too, but I really thought Daryl was handsome. So after that, I gave him my number and he called me one day.
Who could this Daryl be?
I know lots of Daryls. It's true, I do. Anyway,
see, here we go.
His friend.
Y'all wonder what I put up with.
So he called me one day. I thought he was in Texas. He wasn't. But I didn't really have time to talk to him because I was really family orientated with my family. We did a lot of things together. And even though we were home a lot, we just were a family and we liked hanging out at home. And so we must have been I think we were doing something to where while he was on the telephone, I wasn't really paying attention to him. I was paying attention to what we were doing in the house. It's unlike today where everyone has cell phones and you could FaceTime and all that. It was none of that. It was a house phone with a long cord, me trying to take it everywhere.
Wow. Unbelievable.
And then later on, I think it was like a year later, he called me again or he stopped by the store, John Wanamaker's, and we went to lunch. And from there on, it seems like we were inseparable. He came up, either he went to lunch with me or he stayed and hung out before it was time for me to get off, and he went home with me. And
like a wet puppy.
He took me home, and then we began to hang out. We began to do things together like the movies and have breakfast on Sunday mornings. We didn't go to church then, so it was fine. We would get the Sunday paper and then go to IHOP. Was it IHOP?
IHOP. Yeah.
IHOP.
Religiously every Sunday.
Yep.
hang out downtown.
And hang out downtown for the rest of the day, and then he would go home and I would go home. So one day my boss thought he was my boyfriend, and I was like, he's not my boyfriend. he's my friend. That's my buddy. We hang out all the time. And then she was like, oh, okay. I thought that was your boyfriend because he's always with you.
Yeah.
And then my mom said the same thing. I said, no, he's not my boyfriend. He's my friend. And she was like, that man is not hanging around you because he wants to be your friend.
Amen. Somebody knew.
That's what my mom said.
Somebody
and then I
knew.
said, oh, okay. Because I was trying to get him hooked up with my friends. Like,
Never.
I would ask them, did they want to go out with him?
Never.
They would
ever.
say yes.
I would not
Daryl
waste
would
all
not.
this 6'4" tall deliciousness on any of your friends.
Oh, so.
Just to let you guys know. So if your friends do run across this video, boom.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
And so then we start one day. Daryl, you told me that you really liked me.
Yep.
On my front porch at my mom and dad's house, and I was like, "You like me?" And I began to laugh, and then you tried to kiss me, and I laughed even harder.
Yeah.
Because you were my friend.
That was the day of reckoning.
You were my friend, so it took me a while.
Jesus.
But
anyway, so how did your husband propose? How did this guy propose to you?
well, technically, he never really
Hey,
proposed to
hey,
me.
I got tapes. I proposed. Don't do this. I did propose. Wait, I'm
We
sorry.
just-
I'm the interviewer. How did your husband, your now husband,
I don't
propose?
remember an actual proposal. I just knew once we got to a certain point, we just start saying we're going to get married. You know, we just said that.
But
we were
how
gonna
did
do
it? I never even made the
And
interviewer.
what do you? Yeah, please. What? What do you mean? How did I?
So,
what did-
but how you had to come to some type of
I think one day you
conversation
said
or acknowledgement that you wanted to be married and that he would want to be your husband. So how was that introduced to you?
I just figured it was the next step. But as far as you proposing to me, I don't really technically remember you proposing.
I can't do
remember you
this.
saying one day I remember you saying about working somewhere, I think you said. And you said, when you can keep, I want to do this. I forget what you said you even wanted to do.
Oh, don't repeat that part. I remember that.
Do you
I do remember that part. It was all about how you was going to fuel my dreams. But
Yes. And I was like, what?
But I digress. Please. Keep it moving.
Yeah, because that way we'll still have the benefits or something like that you were saying. And I was like, oh, he's put a lot of thought into this. But I don't remember you getting down on one knee or asking me to be your wife. Did you actually do that? I just knew I was going to be. That's weird.
Yes.
But did you? Maybe I forgot about it.
You probably did.
Can you tell me?
But we're not. This is not about me right now.
Well, you're a part of me, so technically it is.
All right. So, oh God, this is so embarrassing. It kind of happened over the phone.
Did you? What did you say?
We were talking about our future and that conversation about fueling the dream, and I'll work this far and then I'll work part-time and do this on the other part-time while you still work full-time, and I'll be working on this thing in order to get our in order to get these big stacks of cash, and well, that didn't go over too well with the black woman and kind of got cut short that day. But anyway, and
what did I say?
we were going back and forth, not back and forth. We were just saying, oh yeah, we want to be married. I said, I'm not gonna say this on air. No,
but you proposed to me?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I never remember that.
I know.
I always tease you to this day and say you've never proposed to me technically.
Not the traditional way.
Literally,
not
never.
the traditional way. That's true. We didn't propose traditionally. No, we didn't. But anyway.
But you did. My bad.
I know 28 years of marriage.
I'm married now. I don't remember you proposing to me. I just remember when we're us coming up with the date when we wanted to get married and doing counseling. But this was after 6 years of dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 years we were not saved, and then we got saved in those 3 years. The 7th year was the year we got married.
Yeah. We got married.
So,
yeah,
I do remember that. And then we had children, beautiful baby girl and 2 handsome boys. Later, and we're saying, like Oksana was saying earlier, we're parents. First, we had to get over the fact we're married. Once we got married, he kept saying, we're married. We're married.
You know,
like, it's something that married couples say.
The infamous proposal. Jesus.
I really do not remember a proposal.
Anyway.
I would never say that if I did.
Anyway.
I'm sorry.
I seen this interview going somewhere completely different.
How? You're not even asking me questions.
No, because you went into your testimony, so I just let you keep rolling. But
because of the question you asked me,
I know, but it's all good because we used to talking to each other. This is how we talk at home, guys. If you really want to know, see, people always say, "Does Sister A talk?" Yeah. Yes, she does.
I'm sorry, babe. I don't remember your proposal.
But when Sister A talks, let me tell you when she talks when the movie comes back on. So if you're watching a movie and it's a commercial,
I do not.
And then it'd be an important
one-time joke. You gotta try to make it.
No, I'm not talking about watching. No, watching movies is two different things. I don't even want that. That's not important. That played out. I'm talking about whenever like important dialogue is up. That's when Sister A.
You do the same thing.
Mine is different. Mine is more of
yours is different.
I'm explaining the moments.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
For clarity for all those who don't understand. So mine is better. But anyway, so that's beautiful. That's beautiful. My recollection of you, when I met you,
mm-hmm.
the skinny Coca-Cola girl, it was like to me it was like a mystery.
Mm-hmm.
You was like an enigma.
Okay.
You were, because basically you were very nice,
mm-hmm.
and I didn't know a lot of nice girls.
Oh.
So I didn't. I mean,
okay,
it is. I mean, the people you grow up with, I mean, they cool, mm-hmm. and then it's like a lot of people their minds are filtered with, don't let a guy do this, don't let a guy do that, and you were just cool as a friend, and that's why it was easy for me to go through what my 12-month plan is, to be your friend and then tell you I liked you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It could have went less than 12 months, but it lasted 12 months because mm-hmm. I had fun just hanging out with you and hanging around you. So it was cool. Mm-hmm. And I didn't see you even looking at no one else. So I was like, all right. But if a moment came up that you liked somebody else, mm-hmm. I'd have pounced.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would have been like, nope. I would let you know. But it was just cool. It gradually happened. That was to me, that was the Lord. Mm-hmm. Really doing something at that. Yeah, I think it was. You know mm-hmm. what I mean? I didn't have to worry about, because God also knew my heart.
Yeah.
If somebody had came in and led you away with them, mm-hmm. that would have broke me in half. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Especially if I'm 8 months into my game and now she's gone. So I just love the fact how it happened, because to me mm-hmm. that's how it's supposed to happen. You're supposed to find your bride, mm-hmm. Court, become friends, be friends, And you was always a hard worker when you went back to school to be a computer analyst. Yeah. And then you decide to drop that all together at the height of techies of making a lot of money. Yeah. She goes,
I was making good money then too. It was like, just the web was about to take off, the World Wide Web.
Exactly. And then you switch up and go, I want to do something different.
Well, no, I had babies.
Yeah, and the Lord led you to do differently.
I had babies. They were both under a year old, and it was just a lot for a young mom.
Yeah.
I was still in my 20s. I had 2 babies.
Yeah, life was different. Yeah.
And I was making good money, but it was just that it was hard leaving them as a new mom. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it weighed on
your heart
inner man,
to do that. Yeah, mm-hmm. and but God made a way anyway.
Yeah, He did.
He helped
Thank
us.
God for my in-laws, who were a tremendous help to that whole situation.
Let's say who took us in and helped.
That was amazing.
Yeah. Then I found a job at GE.
Yeah. A lot went on within that.
It was a whirlwind. It was a whirlwind. Like, as soon as you got married, all hell broke loose. It was like, oh my God, what happened? Everything was going fine. We was eating and
eating cucumbers and having
going out all the time.
buckets of meat.
And all of a sudden it's like, what? I gotta move where? Why?
Yeah.
What do you mean I'm fired? What do you mean? You know, it was crazy, but definitely got to do that one day just to let people know, you know, how to walk through that crap. What to do. Okay, we got to jump back into one song. Sister A, we thank you. We're gonna have a part 2 to this interview because I gotta get some clarity on some things. But anyway, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you.
You're welcome. Anytime. This was fun. This was fun.
There you go. Where's the music at?
Here we go.
All right.